Hey, this is the franchise Shane Douglas.
The walking weapon Josh Alexander, and you're watching.
And you're watching.
Yamane, aka WWE.
Here to this podcast with Ollie Harper, my man.
And you are watching Ollie Harper at YouTube.com.
And you're watching the Ollie Harper Show on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? It's me, Ollie, aka TNSAttitude, and I am back again here on YouTube.com for all things professional wrestling. Now today, guys, first and foremost, a big thank you to each and every one of you out there that clicked on this video, liked, subscribed, and commented, because I appreciate each and every one of you out there, guys. But today is another day on the predictions videos, because, as I say, WWE are absolutely pumping out the PLEs this year and for this summer. It wasn't that long ago since we had Clash at the Castle, but here we are going into this Saturday live from Toronto, Canada. Money in the Bank makes its return. Now, last year, of course, I was at Money in the Bank at the O2 Arena in London, England, and it was absolutely one of my favourite PLEs I have been to as a fan of wrestling. Really fun show. You get to see the up-and-comers really get showcased, have some good fun in that ladder match, and it's just a really good show, you know. It really is one of my favourites, and it really does set up the year for the possibilities of who's going to have Money in the Bank, when are they going to cash in, are they going to do it at WrestleMania? You just never know, and it just adds a nice element to the year as the fan. But as I say, let's discuss. It's a 5-match card as of this video. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about the Intercontinental Championship match between the challenger, Bron Breakker, and the champion, Sami Zayn. Now, a lot of people have said, you know, they've not really been feeling this Sami Zayn IC title reign. And I'm not going to lie, I've not been either. I feel like Sami, you know, he got that big win at WrestleMania against Gunther. Gunther's going on to bigger and better things, you know. He's going to be challenging the world champion at SummerSlam. And, you know, good for him, you know. But of course, with Sami, I feel like at this point it's really about being a filler. I don't want to offend any Sami Zayn fans, but for me, I feel like he's a filler champion, as really this belt is made for Bron Breakker. Let's be honest here. I think that with Bron Breakker getting the right sort of call up now, he's fully on the main roster, and of course getting drafted to Raw, you know, what way to make his presence even more impactful would be to have one of the big, you know, have one of the mid-card titles, and that be the Intercontinental Championship. You know, I feel like this is the time for Bron Breakker to really be utilized. They can really build him up now over the next year if he keeps the title, maybe even compare his reign to Gunther's. So, you know, and I feel like this is the way to really build Bron Breakker into the next couple of years, you know. Bron Breakker proved himself when he was in NXT. He had some absolutely fantastic matches against the likes of Carmelo Hayes. You know, I was at Stand and Deliver WrestleMania 39 weekend, and it was one of my favorite matches of the show. So yeah, I feel like Bron Breakker is ready for that title, and definitely would be the best way to utilize him on the main roster. You know, Triple H understands that. You know, he understands the significance of the Intercontinental Championship and promoting it. You know, he was the Intercontinental Champion before he went and became the World Champion in 1998. Same as The Rock. So I feel like that same mold of molding your IC champions to then become world champions down the line is always worked in the WWE, and I feel like it's going to work here. Bron Breakker is a superstar in the making, so yeah, my money's on Bron Breakker dethroning Sami Zayn. And where would that leave Sami Zayn, you would ask? You get him in the Bloodline storyline. That's where you get him. You get him there helping Roman, because that, I feel, is definitely where that he should be going, is going for that Bloodline storyline, helping KO as well, because he's in there as well. I feel like that's where we go with that. So let's talk about the first of our 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. I'm going to be talking about the ladies first and foremost. 6 ladies competing in this one. We've got last year's winner, Io Sky. We've got Tiffany Stratton. We've got Lyra Valkyria. We've got Naomi. We've got Chelsea Green. And we've got Zoe Stark. And all 6 of these are going to be going at it for the Money in the Bank for this year. And for me, there are two that I'm calling it at. If they're going to go on somebody that has worked super hard for the last couple of years and has really shown herself as really just anything they've put in front of her, she's really delved in and been a bloody brilliant character for it. I'm going to say Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, on the level of what she's worked for and how she's gone out and just done it, I think Chelsea would be a really deserving Money in the Bank for this year. She really has. I mean, and also from just like everything that she's done since coming back for this run has been brilliant. You know, just the whole Karen character, her work with Piper. She has really done great stuff. So I think Chelsea would be a fantastic winner and would be another one you could really utilize. But if they're going to go with somebody, but in terms of building on your future as well and building on somebody that hasn't been on the main roster very long, that would be almost as equivalent to the Io Sky win from last year at the O2 Arena, I've got to throw it out at Tiffany Stratton. You know, I think Tiffany has really, again, proven some really good things in this year. You know, she had such a good run. I really enjoyed her match at Elimination Chamber. You know, that was really where the Australian crowd were really into what she was doing. She's been doing some really good stuff. And let's not talk just about Elimination Chamber, Backlash as well. You know, she has really shown herself to be able to just she's been able to dance on the main roster. So I definitely think that Tiffany Stratton is another deserving Money in the Bank winner for this year. So I would say either Chelsea Green or Tiffany Stratton. If I'm going to be realistic though, I think Tiffy gets it for sure, because you think about where they can market it. You can think about those pink replica briefcases going on WWE's shop. You can think about also right now, of course, her acquaintance with Nia Jax. Nia will be challenging Bayley apparently at SummerSlam. Far as I'm aware, Bayley's still the champion by then, which she should be. So what sort of significance would Tiffany Stratton have in there? Well, I tell you what she would have. She could cash in on Nia. She could cash in on Bayley. There's a lot of possibilities in there. And I think, to be realistic with you, I think Tiffany Stratton will be your Money in the Bank winner, even though I've thrown out Chelsea Green as somebody who I would like to win. But let's be realistic now and talk about how the company could move forward. Tiffany Stratton, I think, is hands down going to be the one to win the Money in the Bank for this Saturday night. So let's now talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match between the champion Damian Priest and the challenger Seth Rollins. Now, Seth has been taking a bit of a break since WrestleMania 40. You know, he's back now, he's healed up, his back's better, he's feeling better, and he's ready to go. But this match, of course, has got some stipulations. The stipulation is if Seth Rollins loses this match, he will not be able to compete for the World Heavyweight Championship again while Damian Priest is the champion. But if Damian Priest loses, not only does he lose the title, he will be out of the Judgment Day. So for me, I think Seth's winning this one, because I feel like where the Judgment Day is right now, I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a change with it. I think that something on the lines of maybe Finn taking over the Judgment Day as the real leader for the group. And I think they've been almost teasing that for the last couple of weeks. Damian will go face. I think Rhea Ripley comes back. She'll be with Damian. Rhea will be a face as well. Liv will be in this new Judgment Day. And there'll be a bit of an implosion there to go into the next few months. That's what I'm thinking. But I think that Priest drops the title to Seth. Priest will then go off. And you never know. I think that this is how Rhea Rhea comes back, but at the same time, she may get out the Judgment Day as well. And there's some kind of solution around there. But that's where I'm thinking that this goes. And I think this would also set up for Finn and Priest at SummerSlam, because I think that is a big marquee match for SummerSlams. I think that Finn definitely takes over the Judgment Day, becomes a big heel. He already is a heel, but monster heel, I'm talking demon. They could really go to a new level with Finn for sure. So, that's where I'm thinking they're going with that. And Seth will have the title back and go on and have a nice reign with that. And we'll see where that would go. But to focus on Priest, I think at this point, doesn't need the World Heavyweight Championship. It's about the storyline of the implosion of the Judgment Day going into the summer. Okay, so 3 matches down. All right, guys, so we are back, and we were on the topic of the men's Money in the Bank match. I don't know what happened there, a little bit of a technical issue, but we are back, and with the magic of editing. So let's discuss, of course, the men's match. The 6 competitors, of course, we've got LA Knight, we've got Drew McIntyre, we've got Andrade, Chad Gable, main event Jey Uso, and, of course, Carmelo Hayes. Now, I feel like this match has definitely got a lot more possibilities surrounding it. For sure, though, I do not see Drew McIntyre walking out as Money in the Bank. I feel like this is going to be the match. This is going to be the spot where CM Punk will make his return, as all of a sudden where you think that Drew is going to capture the Money in the Bank, CM Punk will come out and he will make sure that that ladder is getting knocked over with Drew on it, and he will not be getting in that match. He will not be winning that match. And I also see that that will be how they will set up the Punk-Drew match for SummerSlam. It will start with him getting involved with Money in the Bank. So for sure, that's where that's going. But in terms of the other competitors in this match, I don't see Chad Gable or Andrade winning. I think you're looking at maybe Carmelo Hayes, but then again, I don't know if the Money in the Bank really is going to be the start for him. I think you got to look more towards your main event Jey Uso and your LA Knight. I do feel that one of those two is definitely more of a possibility. Maybe LA Knight, just because, you know, his last year has been decent, but of course, you know, he hasn't really been near the championship since Saudi Arabia from last autumn. But yeah, I definitely see, and you know, a lot of people, you know, he was a favorite for last year. He was a favorite at the O2 Arena, and I'm sure for no doubt he'll be a favorite in Canada. I don't think that main event Jey Uso, but then again, you're looking at main event Jey Uso actually, when you think about it, on the flip side, could also be a pretty credible Money in the Bank. And because, you know, that it's obvious they want to try and do something with him. But in terms of a, you know, someone that I think could really break out with Money in the Bank, I'm looking at LA Knight as your men's Money in the Bank. I just think that main event Jey Uso will probably go more towards the Bloodline storyline going into the summer, as same as Sami Zayn. You know, I feel like if Roman's going to try and get the band back together, this will be the way to do it. So that's who I am looking at. But yeah, LA Knight for the men's Money in the Bank, as he didn't do it last year. Now then, final match, the main event of this show, I feel will be the 6-man tag. I feel like this one, just because of all of the significance towards Roman Reigns' return. I also think Roman may return at this show. I feel like Roman will return in some way, maybe right at the end when the bell's rung, or, you know, at the end of the match, Roman comes out, he stares down Solo. Something like that would be really cool to send the fans home. But I'm seeing that as where they're going to go with it. In terms of who wins, I actually think Bloodline. I'm really putting my money on Bloodline 2.0 being dominating in this one. I don't think it will be Cody that will lose, though. I think that you're looking at maybe KO taking the fall, or Randy. Do they make it so Jacob picks up the win? These are the possibilities, you know. But I think that they're going to be making the Bloodline 2.0 look really strong for the next few months, because they want to really build them up as a real threat. And whether they decide to go with Solo and Cody for the championship down the road, whether they do that at SummerSlam or Bash in Berlin, there really is some possibilities out there. But I feel like Bloodline 2.0 will win to finish the show, but then Roman will come out in some way, and he's back to get his tribal chief spot and to get vengeance for taking out the wise man, because that was quite the spot on SmackDown in Madison Square Garden when they triple powerbombed him through the announcers table. Crazy stuff. But yeah, that is today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. If you are brand new on the channel, I really do appreciate you guys, to each and every one of you out there that have liked, commented, subscribed in the last few weeks, months, years. I appreciate each and every one of you out there. And it's looking like I will be getting a YouTube partnership again, as I have been working so hard to just get this channel back kicking. blood flowing, soul is back into the channel. I love what I do. Professional wrestling is one of my biggest passions, and I'm here to entertain each and every one of you out there, guys, because if I can produce and broadcast and have fun with it, that's what it's all about, guys. But yeah, first stage of partnership. Got to now see where they're going to review it. So we'll go from there, guys. Anyway, that is today's video. And again, guys, thanks again. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like. And I'll catch each and every one of you out there down the road, guys. I'm out.